Congratulate all of tonight's 8 inductees, members of the class of 2026. Congratulations to all of you. It is indeed unfortunate that due to health issues, our first inductee tonight, Carl, cannot be with us. However, it is my pleasure to introduce Carl to you, particularly to those of you who might not know him. Very appropriately, Carl is the first person to be inducted under the category of contributor, with the criteria: any individual who has helped to develop and foster growth of athletics in the Dennis-Yarmouth Regional High School community, any Dennis-Yarmouth athlete, coach, community member who has had a significant impact on the athletic community. Contributors are truly the unsung heroes of the Dennis-Yarmouth athletic community, and Carl is the perfect example. His entire career in the DY system was spent at the middle school as a teacher, coach, and administrator at the Mattokees Middle School. In addition, he served as its athletic director for over 30 years. The consummate professional and the epitome of character, integrity, and sportsmanship, he had a significant positive impact on thousands of students, many of whom went on to represent the towns of Yarmouth and Dennis on athletic teams at DY. Yet Carl, as humble as they come, always downplays his contributions, to the point where, had he been able to be here tonight, I felt I would have had to tell him what he did. And this is what I would have said. So listen up, Carl. Here is what you did. You, the acknowledged leader of one of 2 middle school athletic programs that were the feeder programs to the high school. In fact, prior to the expansion of youth sports, the 2 middle school programs were the only feeder programs we had for a number of sports at DY. As that leader, you exerted a tremendous amount of influence on the way your programs were run. You emphasized having the athletes play the game the right way. Playing hard, but playing with respect for your opponents and the officials, and to exemplify the attributes of being humble in victory and gracious in defeat. You championed the kids on the bench, guiding your coaches to be aware of trying to find playing time for everyone. You worked to establish ongoing communication between your coaches and the high school coaching staff to identify skills, techniques, and knowledge that were important in the development of athletes. And you understood the true nature of what being a feeder program was, not just to work with the best athletes, but to work for the development of all, and to make the athletic environment enjoyable so that the athletes wanted to continue their participation in sports and thus continue their development. You were instrumental in the creation, expansion, and development of the athletic offerings at the middle school level, providing additional opportunities for both boys and girls to become involved. Carl, you were and are a beloved figure. On numerous occasions, I have been with you when a former student sees you and recognizes you, and I've heard the excitement and adoration in their voice when they call out, "Mr. Z." Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm pleased to welcome Eric McDowell to the podium to speak more about Carl.